How the heck do I change anything on here? Oh, I found it. Alright, so we are starting our first match of top 4 here. Alizon versus Senpai. Senpai does offer Terry. We are on the very neutral stage of PS2. And Alizon is making it very difficult for Senpai to land a hit right now. I'm just gonna have to, just give me a second, guys. I will have to edit something very quickly here. Edit ground settings. We'll just timers, timer. I guess we'll just make this like 60 minutes. That should do it. Alright, back to the match. So we do have a Senpai apparently having lost a stock. I actually did not witness that. I will have to do this real quick. Alright. Man, I looked away for a second and Senpai already lost a second stock. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Oh, hello.
What's up? So we are seeing Alizon going on the offensive. Senpai is on his last stock. Alizon looking to close this out with 3 stocks remaining. Senpai is very high percentage. We haven't seen him use any. Haven't seen him be able to use any of his go moves just yet either. All right, and we have. Oh, Senpai is in go territory. He might be able to try to get a few stocks here or there. Screen and that is going to be the end of that. Alizon closes it out 3-0. This is a best of 5.
Hello there.
Sup, Captain Salt. There is I believe I should be sharing my screen on Discord. If I'm not, please correct me. I am just double checking. Alizon is speedrunning his game. Yeah, no kidding. Carlos. So we are going to see in this best of 5. I guess I should change this label to say best of 5 real quick too. BO5. And we are gonna set the score.
Is this the first match?
Yeah, this is the first match. Alizon ended it in within about 2 minutes. He did end up 3 stalking Senpai in the first game. Senpai did opt to go for
let's see if there might be.
He opted to go for Terry. He may be choosing now to opt for his better known main R.O.B. We will see. If he does do so, he would probably be looking to pick a stage such as FD or Town and City or Kalos, something a little bit more space for him to operate with. Alizon is putting him through the paces up in his face. Of course, R.O.B's Rob's melee range isn't so low either, and he should be able to put up a fight when he's next to you as well.
I think that R.O.B might be a better pick for this matchup here. Oh, and we're seeing the R.O.B.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing the R.O.B. The R.O.B. Will be a little bit more comfort for Senpai, a little bit less required for you to get into Alizon's face. As a side cut, like Terry has to be in your face to land these combos, land these attacks, land the power dunk, get the damage done. Senpai, being R.O.B, he can now go for things like laser, gyro, and even side B can reflect a shadow ball, which should help in the long run.
And I think that the extra range too on R.O.B will help get out of some of Mewtwo's options there, like maybe get out of his like shadow ball or other things that he can do.
I think for the most part, for things like shadow ball, because it is a projectile, it's relatively disjointed, so the lengthy times will not, probably will not affect too much of that. It is more likely that R.O.B's he's more free to move when he's off stage, so that he will use up B to better avoid those things like the meaty hits of shadow ball, etc., and down smash on the ledge. He should be able to have a little bit more options when getting off the ledge versus Terry, who honestly does not have very many ledge options to begin with. Right there, Alizon failing to hold shield for the entire duration of side B, getting nicked by down B, getting 2-framed, getting sent all the way down.
Oh, we see that.
So, right there we
It's a
got...
pretty even game.
Yeah, the revenge kill happened very quickly there. We do have Senpai looking to get back into Alizon's face there. He did take 50 damage in the previous string from Alizon. Alizon quickly reflecting R.O.B's down B, causing R.O.B to have to stop and shield the Gyro. That's not optimal for Senpai's position, but oh, there we go. Another surprise Gyro just kind of throwing out there. Alizon gets hit. Alizon anticipating the Gyro does go for Confusion, I believe it's called. However, Senpai does opt to not throw it. These two characters are both fairly large, and they both have projectiles, so this is a pretty interesting game. It's easy for each of them to get caught out by projectiles and other stray hits.
It's easy for the both of them to just kind of camp each other out too.
That is true, actually. They would be, well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy because it'd be a camp war. I think that in terms of pure camping, Senpai might have advantage, but good use of Confusion, which is much less laggy than R.O.B's spinning side B, whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. Because it does reflect Shadow Balls, but it is relatively laggy, so can be used to like bait potential punishes. So I believe in the long run, Senpai would have the advantage in camping just from the sheer number of projectiles, or just like the extra projectile.
I also think that gives him an advantage over picking Terry against Mewtwo because now he has more options to camp him out too.
Yeah, exactly. So he, like in general, Terry's like game plan is a little bit one-dimensional. R.O.B does have the opportunity to do lots more different things at the same time. He can, like you said, camp. He can go in. He has a lot of grab setups. He does have strings, combos involving Gyro, etc. Setups, traps, all sorts of different things. Terry, on the other hand, does mostly go for aggressive playstyle, of course, and go for combos, get strings and stuff. Of course, I would say that Terry's momentum might be a little bit bigger. Regardless, right now, we are seeing a very even game. We are like 0.% off from each other right now.
This is a much better game for Senpai than the last one too.
Yeah, we are seeing a big improvement over him playing Terry from the last game. Alizon does know how to deal with aggressive players. His Mewtwo is very good at ledge trapping, and Terry is not good at getting off the ledge, so it really does help that he is playing a different character. So I'm expecting I was just about to say, I was expecting Senpai to start fishing for the side B, and there it was. He does get the side B, gets the kill. Robot Lariat, alright there. So that does tie our best of 5 to a 1-1. We are going to see game 3 here with the stage pick going to Alizon. I don't know exactly what I would do. I am perhaps expecting, if Alizon's looking for a more aggressive outlook, he's probably going to pick Smashville or another similarly sized stage. Otherwise, I am guessing that we're going to see something more neutral heavy because both these characters do have similar properties in terms of their playstyle and kind of overall game plan. So you can expect to see any of the more neutral heavy stages as well. I don't think Battlefield or Yoshi's Island are in each one of these guys' favor more than the other. Maybe just a slight benefit to R.O.B just because R.O.B's up air is a little difficult to read for DI purposes. In that case, it'd be more difficult for Alizon to properly DI out of R.O.B's up aerial, and also because Mewtwo is fairly light, that up aerial might become a problem on stages with lower ceilings.
Yeah, I could see them probably picking. I could probably see maybe a longer stage to probably avoid that, kind of avoid the side B and some of R.O.B's other, like, more.
Conversely, a longer stage might cause Mewtwo to have to play more campy, but as we discussed before, R.O.B might have an advantage on that. So yeah, so we are going to see a smaller stage. Alizon does opt to pick a smaller stage, and this stage does not have platforms, so it does also benefit from the up B, the up air we were just mentioning. Gyro block Shadow Ball if it's on the ground. That's disgusting. It's not okay, so that just makes sense. Yeah, so that just makes Senpai even stronger in the matchup for camping in particular. If Gyro blocks Shadow Ball, I mean that kind of makes sense actually. It'd probably get knocked away.
I think this is a good stage for both R.O.B and Mewtwo because it's a good stage because they're allowed to do a lot of their projectile. Rob's allowed to do a lot of his projectile stuff, but and Mewtwo's also allowed to do a lot of stuff with Shadow Ball too.
I mean, I feel Shadow Ball is. I feel like for Rob in particular, this is a good stage too. Just because of, like you said, like the projectiles. Laser does happen to be able to clear the whole thing. I think the purpose of the pick for here for Alizon was to be able to get up close to Senpai, because he will inevitably lose any camping award that they have. So then he has to get up close and get some damage in that way. In this or Smashville would have been a good choice. I feel like Smashville is a little bit less flexible for the Shadow Ball. Yeah, Rob benefits a lot from platforms, exactly.
Yeah. I feel like this stage might benefit Mewtwo a little more than Smashville, but
Exactly.
like you said.
So Alizon will be looking to use this stage to his advantage. Senpai is, however, trying to use keep him out. Lasers and Gyro will definitely suffice if he can keep it that way. Gotta really watch for Rob's down air. It is huge. I would say in terms of like pure distance, it is relatively similar to Ivysaur's down aerial. Maybe not as wide, but like in terms of depth. Senpai going for the dash back forward smash. Does connect with Alizon. Alizon does get knocked out. Alizon punishing the unsafe neutral air that Senpai threw out right there with the forward air, knocking him out as well. Mewtwo's forward aerial being fairly strong and fairly safe to go with it. It makes a pretty good aerial in general. Alizon looking to make the comeback here, getting a lot of damage on Rob without much retaliation at all, honestly. Oh, almost gets the dare there. Could have been the end of Senpai there, but does not quite get it. And Senpai is looking to regain stage control. Senpai does not seem to have noticed that. Does not seem to punish Alizon's re-grab, but nonetheless, he does have stage control right now, so it's not too much of an issue. Senpai opting for the classic Rob spin to win there. Goes for the down air, is a little late on that. Alizon going for the up throw, should kill. Yep.
Alizon's kind of bringing this game back. Let's see if he can.
Goes for the up smash, instant down throw up smash, disgusting. Especially on bigger characters, very difficult to escape. Zark's letting me know that Rob Dare is actually bigger than Ivy's, which I can definitely see. I did see earlier Marassi get like nuked from a mile away from down air, which was ridiculous, but I guess that's just how it goes.
Yeah, just to say, the screen capture is a little bit slow, like it's kind of laggy.
Yeah, it would be a little laggy on Discord just because on this, or is it also laggy on the Twitch stream? It's definitely prioritizing the Twitch stream, so I wouldn't be surprised. Or if you mean if it's just delayed, then
yeah, it's a little bit delayed.
It's gonna be less delayed than Twitch, so it's not so bad, I guess. Twitch delay is I have actually no idea. On stream is flawless, perfect. Thanks for the feedback. Twitch looks fine. Sounds good. Alright, so we are heading back to FD4 Game 3. It looks like Alizon went straight for the rematch on this stage of the run back. I should edit the score before I forget. That is a 2-1 for Senpai now.
Is it? Oh.
So right here, Senpai is going to go looking for the third game win and ending this match. Alizon hoping for a mess up there on Senpai's behalf, looking for a neutral get up so he can mediate with his forward smash. Unfortunately, does not quite get it. Gets the forward air though. Senpai sent all the way off the stage, out of the stage. Rob with a superior recovery though, that makes it back no problem. Very flexible recovery on Rob. His up B, of course, can be used almost indefinitely if used properly. That was a very good down air. It did not quite spike, but it still led to the kill. Unfortunately, no tech from Rob.
Oh, that was close on
And right here, we see Rob using his essentially indefinite up B to good use there, basically hovering below the stage for an extended period of time. Oof. That confusion though did lots of work there. Reflect the gyro, hit it into Senpai. Senpai also got hit in the confusion as well, putting him in a bad position there. Alright, Alizon looking to use this opportunity to get another stock. That Shadow Ball was, I think, intended to propel him towards towards Senpai, perhaps? Not entirely sure. Right there, I believe Senpai may have been able to live with better DI, but I'm not quite sure. That was pretty fast, so maybe probably not. Alizon looking to use his momentum this game to get a 3-0 just like before. Sorry, what was that?
I think Alizon is really starting to kind of get a handle on Senpai's R.O.B here. He's doing a lot better than he did in the last game, too.
Yeah, Alizon definitely adapting to Senpai's playstyle here, especially in game 4 here. It looks like we are probably going to see a game 5. And right, just like that, Alizon secures another 3 stock on game 4.
Which is slightly delayed, but it is a little less laggy than the Discord, so like very slightly.
It'll definitely be less laggy, I think, because it is being prioritized. But yeah, the delay makes sense. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I gotta double check the standings. So we are in game 5. I am anticipating that Senpai is probably going to pick a stage with platforms, probably either Battlefield or looking for a longer stage such as Kalos or Town and City. I'm actually anticipating Town and City more than anything. I guess we'll have to see, assuming Alizon did not ban those stages.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be one of those stages too, probably Battlefield or Town and City, like you said.
We are going to see Kalos. So Kalos is the final stage here, picked by Senpai, looking for an advantage into Alizon here. The platforms on the side will make it a little easier for R.O.B to find a way to recover, should make it a little bit more difficult for Alizon to use them effectively. Platforms are, I would say, more useful towards R.O.B, especially since right there you can put a gyro on the platform and it'll prevent jump get-ups.
It will, yeah, like you said, it will allow R.O.B to do a lot of cool stuff with his gyro on the platforms to make sure that Alizon can't get on them.
Yeah. However, we are seeing Alizon going for the 0 to death right now on the first stock and actually lands it. That was a really good Shadow Ball there, sniping Senpai right out of the sky. Senpai going for the up tilt, finally getting a hit in his second stock. Hopefully he can put some work in, get this game all evened out. I would like to see Senpai do maybe a little bit more camping. There's just a little bit more, a little bit too much in Alizon's face, considering that Alizon is ahead. But he has to make something happen here. So we will see what his plan is. So far, he is trading favorably, but he is on his second stock already. R.O.B's side be catching Alizon off guard once again, with Alizon trying to use up B for movement tech. Just barely misses the meter there, just a little too early on the Shadow Ball for R.O.B's get up. I think right there, it might have been a little bit better for R.O.B to shoot the platform with the laser and leave the gyro on the ground there. He only covered one set of options there. Ooh, that down air sending straight up. I always think that's such a weird angle for it to send. The only issue with Kalos is that it is a little bit more difficult for you to kill with moves that send upwards, so R.O.B's up air isn't as big of a problem on a stage such as this one. Alizon looking for the kill, that rage almost killing with that forward air. going for the up air, just whiffs it. Okay, successfully shields the whole thing, catches Senpai's roll away with the Shadow Ball, ending his second stock. Alizon looking to make this a 3-game 3 stock. Catching another roll in with his Shadow Ball there. R.O.B should be able to end this right now. Yes, he does. Up throw does secure the kill for Senpai. Alizon is no longer able to get that 3-stock dream there.
Yeah. Let's see if Senpai can run this back now that he's managed to get a stock after all this time.
Oh, that was a pretty good down tilt, kind of knocking Alizon away again from the ledge. Alizon does manage to get back on the stage, goes for a jab, hits Senpai, sends Senpai right off the stage. Right here, Alizon is going to go for the Shadow Ball, and he hits it. And that will be the game. That is Alizon winning over Senpai 3-2, moving on to finals here.
Who is? What would be the match? Would it?
Pardon?
Who's next? Who's playing?
LPC. It'll be the next people playing will be LPC and Dr. Kroom. I'm just gonna quickly add them.